Welcome back to the channel, and I must say that I am so glad Juan Dixon is not here right now. Now, the famous two-time Mrs. Juan Dixon, aka Robyn Dixon, I know that you regret the day that you said those words, honey. Or maybe you don't, because now that Juan Dixon has been fired from his position as head coach at Coppin State University, hopefully he has a lot more time, to spend with you on set at the Real Housewives of Potomac should you return. Now, there have been unconfirmed reports that state that Robyn has been asked back, but not in the capacity as a full-time housewife, but serving in the capacity as a friend, presumably to Giselle and Ashley Darby. And I really don't care, okay? And I know neither of you all do as well, especially those of y'all that have watched the entire season of Real Housewives of Potomac, honey, and just the antics that Robyn Dixon has been putting on, not only in this most recent season, but the seasons prior to this one, okay? It's unfortunate that Juan is without a job. However, there were some serious allegations against him filed by a player of his, and in regards to some sexual assault allegations made by, I really don't even want to get into it. Y'all can use Google and investigate yourselves, because I'm trying to just be on my P's and Q's. Don't want any strikes or anything like that against my channel. But I will say this: where there's smoke, there's fire. And during the reunion, when I tell y'all my mouth dropped open when Bravo Andy asked Robyn what was the status of Juan's lawsuit, I was in shock, because typically they dance and skirt around those issues because there is the thought, or the idea rather, that since it is an ongoing legal matter, it can't be spoken on. So when he asked Robyn that, I was quite surprised. I was even more taken aback and disgust with her response, okay? Because Bravo Andy had to circle back and, follow up with, so you are saying that, you're not basically putting the blame on the player, right? Because she was so, and as she should be, but she was more leaning towards the side of making sure that her PR brain was in damage control on Juan's behalf, whereas she wasn't thinking clearly and logically enough, in my opinion, to state that she is not taking away anything from the football players, not football player, but the basketball players, allegations against Juan and the assistant coach, okay? So in short, what they suspect that Juan did was not report the incident in a timely manner as being the head coach, right? There are certain protocols and things that you should follow, and it seems as though Juan ultimately dropped the ball. I have not seen any reports that have come out to say exactly why he was fired from Coppin State University, but we can only speculate at this point in time that was due to just the allegations that had come out prior. And so, like I said, I'm not, gloating at the fact that anybody has lost employment, but, they still have those embellished hats that Robyn is doing. They still have the Reasonably Shady podcast that she and Giselle are doing. And then they also have the Patreon that hopefully, I don't even know, but hopefully some of y'all signed up for, so y'all can get the behind the scenes tea that she was spilling when it came to Juan and the Canadian woman's affair, allegedly, okay? So, like I said, where there's smoke, there's fire, and I'm not surprised. Hopefully, this will end up well for Robyn. I stand 10 toes down on this. Like I said in many of my other reviews of Potomac, if Robyn and Giselle are back, I'm not watching. But for the sake of their family, their two children, and their livelihood, you know what I mean? I hope that they do hold on to this. I did see a report where it said that Giselle was basically fighting on behalf of Robyn to have her job saved, and right as she should. You done basically put out there that Robyn's name is the only name that's on their house. You spilled that tea early on in the last season, and nobody asked you for that. Robyn didn't ask you for that, so that's the least that you do. You can do, Giselle. You owe her that. You for so many seasons, you have led this lady. Well, I can't really put the blame all on you, because Robyn has followed you blindly, but you have led this lady astray. And while you were putting on your executive producer hat, stirring up all this drama, and I hate the executive producer moniker that Carlos King gave you, because now it's coming around to bite him in his behind too. You wanted to call her the Giselle Kobe Bryant child. Leave Kobe out of this, and leave Vanessa Bryant out of this too, because the child Giselle is nothing like that. She carried this thing to the ground, okay? And Kobe Bryant carried his team up. Completely opposite of what it is that you are suspecting that Giselle has done for Real Housewives of Potomac. So, I don't know. I will say that I think that her the question that Bravo and Andy asked her during the reunion with regard to Juan's situation, I think that was to their detriment. I don't think that helped them at all, because again, like I said, Bravo and Andy had to circle back and say, but you're not saying that, you're not taking away from the experience that the basketball player was going through, or whatever the case is. And Robin's like, no, not at all. But see, they don't know how to read the room, Andy, and you can't expect that from them. Somebody that's sitting up there pointing the camera in front of me, Wendy's face, after she just got physically assaulted, and calling herself Robyn DMZ or TMZ or whatever, Robyn MZ, I don't even know. It was stupid, crazy, and asinine. So I will say this: karma comes to collect, honey. You're gonna have to pay on the front end, the back end, the side, or whatever. But it's gonna come, and it's gonna come quick, and it's not gonna hold any. I mean, it's not gonna show any mercy. But in these situations, I can only pray and ask God for mercy, because I know that when those tables turn, they turn hard. And when karma comes to collect, she finna be knocking on that door. Especially if you don't see anything within yourself that you did wrong. You know what I mean? You don't have a moment of introspection, nothing like that. Like, I can't say that this is the last time that I'm going to speak on this case or the Dixon family or Potomac, but I'm not watching the show. So if it's something that comes out in the news or the blogs or the tabloids or whatever the case is that I find interesting enough to speak on, I'm going to do that. But yeah, just hope for mercy, and I hope that y'all can just join me in prayer for the Dixon family, because ultimately at the end of the day, their two children do not deserve to have parents that are this careless. They don't. Right? And I know that that social media is a cruel place. Their children are of age, so they know what's going on. I'm pretty sure people are students, or however they are, unless they homeschooling these kids and keeping them away from other people. Child is the talk of the town. The talk of the town, and not the best talk of the town, okay? So let's just keep their family in prayer, honey. I hope that Juan, I don't know, maybe you need to team up with somebody. I don't know, be a commentator on sport. But I don't even know if they want to. I'm pretty sure they do that in basketball, but I really don't even know why. I don't know. Maybe I need to go ahead and get back in the not the corporate office, but the little warehouse, honey, and help us stash them hats, and not stash, but get them prepared to be shipped out, honey. Take them to UPS so she can start getting them on. Maybe you could be a cameraman for the Reasonably Shady podcast, or possibly you could join the Reasonably Shady podcast, and you know what, maybe y'all can get y'all a quick buck and invest that money. Now, Robyn, if you want to, if he's able to do so, honey, put him on y'all show. It's Reasonably Shady. Now, that's reasonable. It's reasonable. Very shady, but it's reasonable, because we want to sit down and we want to hear what Juan Dixon has to say. So we are so glad that Juan Dixon was not there at that reunion, the reunion after that, or this reunion right here. I don't even know how many times Juan Dixon won at the reunions, but I don't even know. Maybe next season, if you do come back or come back as a friend of the show, hopefully he will join you and accompany you. But I don't know, because I know he gonna be in hot seat again. And girl, the way you was on Watch What Happens Live, squirming and sipping the hell out of that drink, it wasn't even no more drink left enough for you to sip. You was sipping on ice cubes, girl. So maybe y'all don't need to go. I don't know, but I just pray that all works out for y'all.